What is up, guys? We are back with, you know who, your favorite YouTuber, Computer MD of Gilbert in the house, guys. I'm excited to be back. I apologize you haven't seen a video in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. I have been studying for finals because you know what? Finals is a true tough thing in college, especially freshman year, first semester. And also, I came back home for winter break, so now I'm home recording in my original studio here at Mikasa. So today I'm going to be showing you guys a much awaited video. Most of you have asked this about 10 times over, and you know what? I appreciate that. And I'm going to show you how to add profile pages using Wix Code here into your Wix website. Guys, before we hop into that, I want to preface this video by saying, listen, I know that I'm going to show you this video, and you guys are still going to have a ton of questions. So if you guys are interested in, one, hiring me out, to build this process out for you, you can do that. Email me at computermdofgilbert@gmail.com, and I'd be more than happy to help you out with that. Two, if you have more questions, you can, book a paid call and talk with myself or one of the experts on my team to help you through your process. It's a nice little 30-minute call that you can book and really get a lot of value from. And then two, well, we actually already hit two. So now we're on three, which is just using the videos here as your support system, and I'm going to teach you as best as possible. So why don't we take the time, hop into the video, and let's get started. So first things first, to access your Wix Code developer tools, you need to go up here to Tools and click Developer Tools. The Wix Code platform, as you can see, is now available to the entire public. Can you believe it? If you can't, neither can I. It's been in beta for about 6-7 months, and now it's out to you guys. So let's enjoy it. So the first thing we have to do is we have to create a database. To do that, we go here to this little plus button. We'll then click New Collection. And then we'll press Start Creating. We have to then name the database. So the reason we need a database, guys, is because you need to collect your user's information in order to create a profile page. That profile page has to pull that information from somewhere. That somewhere is your database. So what we're going to do is we're just going to name this Profile Info. What is this database collection for? We are going to use it as site content. Anyone can view the data from this collection. But actually, you know what? It says right here, general permissions, form submission. So anyone can submit data to this collection. So if you're going to allow anyone to submit data to your collection, that means anyone that comes onto your website can access our user input form that I will show you how to create and submit information. You would click Form Submission. You see a couple of the other options are member-generated content, members-only content, and members-only form submission. So this means members can only access these forms and this information and submit to that. And then the other ones are private data and custom use. So for this case, we're going to do form submission. Anyone can submit data to this collection. You can also see here site content means anyone can view it. So we'll click that and we'll press Create Collection. When we do that, we are then loaded into the back-end sandbox database here in Wix. This is not the live database, so changes on this do not take effect on the live database. You can, once we add stuff, sync your database to your live database, but for right now, we're not going to do that. We're going to go in and add the fields. So this title field right here is default. This cannot be deleted. This cannot be changed. This is on all databases when you start off. It really doesn't mean much, and you don't have to use it because you'll see why. We sync the fields we want to use with our input form. But we actually have to go ahead and then create the fields we're going to use to collect the information. So all the fields you create here in your database will be all of the fields that will be displayed on your profile page, such as name, profile picture, description, social media, stuff like that. And I'm going to show you now how to add that information. So the first thing we're gonna submit here or add is a field. We're gonna name it first name, and then our field type. You can see we have a lot of different options here, but it's just gonna be text. We just want their first name to be text. and then we will click add. Okay, perfect. We've got our first name. We should probably have last name if it's a profile page. So we'll put last name. And then your field key, this is for JavaScript code, and this tells JavaScript where to put what. Make sure you do not duplicate these, because if you do, JavaScript will get confused and it will send you into a atmosphere that you've never been to because it hasn't been discovered. There's no such thing. So make sure that you do not duplicate these field names. And then this is also text, so we'll click add. Now, let's say we want them to add a profile picture. Now, guys, I'm showing you the bare bones version of this, and you can add as many fields as you want, but I'm just going to show you pretty much how to add the correct fields and where to add them and how to make it all functional. You go ahead and add or remove as many fields as you want. So now we have profile picture, but the field type of this one would be an image because they're uploading a picture. This is important to make sure you get your field type right so the database knows how to read it. You would then click add, and then we're going to add some rich text. So we want a description about them. So we'll call it about me. And it's going to be rich text because rich text enables us to style the type of text we want to display in our dynamic page. Now we'll get into dynamic pages in a second, guys, but for right now, let's stay on track and keep you focused here. We'll then click that rich text and click add. All right, we're rocking and rolling. We've got our database set up. Again, you guys customize this and add as many fields as you want. Right now, this is what I'm going to use to show you. Now that we have our database linked up, we are then going to have to create a custom user input form. All right, guys, so obviously, as I said, in order for you to actually add information into this database, you need a form to collect it. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave the database now and go to a page. This page can be one you either already created or you need to create. So what I'm going to do is I'm just simply going to go here to portfolio, and what we're going to do is add a page. And this page will collect our information. This will be the page we put our custom user input form on. So to start adding the fields, what you have to do is you need to go to add, and then you'll see user input right here. Now all of your text user input fields are right here. Radio buttons here, drop down here, check boxes here, text boxes here, upload buttons here, date pickers here, tables here, and that's about it. It felt very cool saying all those different form names. Felt right, really flowed off the tongue. Anyway, guys, so to actually start adding them, we know that we need to collect first name and last name. So let's start right here with these form fields. We'll add this one, and then we'll change the settings right here. And we don't want this to be a phone number. We want the type to be text. They're going to be inputting their name, so it'll be text. And then the placeholder text, we don't want what's your number. We want first name. And then obviously you need to determine if this is a required field. The answer is you should have it required, because otherwise you're going to start getting profile pages with some wonky names. So we don't want that. After that, to make it easier on ourselves for last name, you could come up here and just press Control-C or Command-C, and then Control-V or Command-V, depending on if you're on a Mac or PC. Line the fields up, set input type again, text, and change it to last name. Keep it required. Bada bing, bada boom. Perfect. So now we have our first name, last name fields here. Now we need to have them upload a profile picture. So we'll go back into add. We'll go to user input, and we'll click on one of these upload buttons. I like this one. So we'll change this right here. And then you could add some different text. Click your settings. Make sure the supported file type is image and not document. Although you can have people upload documents as well. Just something to note. And then you can change the button text right here to upload profile picture. And then you can show the text on load. You can choose what this placeholder text is. And we want it required. They have to have a profile picture. So you then press required field. Bam. Done. All right, we got that. And then we have our rich text, which is our description. Now, if someone's writing a description about themselves, it's usually going to be a little bigger than this little short text field right here. So we're going to go back into add. We're going to go to user input, and we're going to go up here to our text boxes. Let's just follow our same design here, same coloring, and then bam, we'll change this right here, and look at that. It already says describe yourself in 50 words or less. Well, we maybe don't want it to say 50 words or less, so let's just say describe yourself here. Change that, and then you can scroll, and so you can see that this is a text box, so it's a text field. And we do want this required because we want other people to know about these different fields, and we want them to know about these different profiles. Apologize for the phone there. So now that you have these fields inputted, you have your custom input form, and that's perfect. But now you have to connect those fields to the database. To do that, you're going to go up here to add, and you're going to go to database and click dataset. When you click dataset, this little dataset button is visible in the editor, but as soon as you publish the website, no one can see this. So you can technically put this anywhere on this page and no one would ever know it's there. You then need to click manage dataset, and you need to connect it to the collection we're adding. So profile name, that's the database it's going into. And then you can name your dataset here. A lot of times it's easier just to name your data set, keep a preset as they have it. And then your mode, you want it to write only, because if you have it read only, that means people can't actually submit information. Write only means that people can only submit information, so you want people to be able to submit that. You would click write only, and then you're set up right there with the data set on your page. Now to connect your user input fields, what you have to do is you'll click the field you want, and then you'll see these like little, I don't know what they look like, little circles. And it says connect to data. You would then click that, and then since we uploaded our data set on the page, it defaults and knows that it's going into that data set, and then the value it connects to is whatever value that is in your database. So first name would connect to first name in the database. And then you could see it turns green as soon as it's successfully connected. Last name would connect to last name in the database. Turns green when it's successfully connected. Profile picture would connect to profile picture image. You could also see, based off of the type of input it is, it knows what fields collect what in the database. So then we would press bam, and it's connected. And then text box, connect to data, and then we would then add, sorry, that was rich text. So what we need to do is go back into profile info, and then I realized we added the about me as rich text. We don't want that. We want to get rid of that, and we want to add about me. Oh yeah, we already used about me. Remember the JavaScript as text. So then we add it as text right there. Perfect, we got that. Let's go back to our new page here, and then your about me, same thing. You connect it to database, and you would connect it to the about me. So the text box is not actually considered the rich text, so you need it set as text. That was a mistake on my part. But then we come in here, connect to data, bam, it's connected. So this now means that our user input form is connected and ready to go. So now we have our database and our collection form ready. Now the only thing we have to create is our profile page, the design. So we're just going to click save just so we have it. We'll click and save as my site 1. Make sure you save all of your work, usually after each section you do, just to ensure that it gets saved properly. So now that we have our form, we have our database, we need to create something called a dynamic page. So what we do is we come down here, click add page, and then click dynamic page. And then you click start creating. Now, it says right here, choose the database collection to connect this dynamic page to. So obviously we want this dynamic page to connect to our profile info. So it pulls the information from the profile info database. And then you have an option here. It can either be a category page or an item page. Since it's an individual profile page we're creating, we want it to be an item page. A category page would be like a page for recipes, events, product catalog, tour catalog, stuff like that. We would then click next, And then this is pretty cool. So each dynamic page gets a custom URL. So you can choose what field it connects to. In this case, we have no field that connects to title. So what we want to do is we want to get rid of the title field, and we want it to be their first name. So then it'll be www. whatever your website is / whatever your database name is / first name. And it'll be their first name inserted there, as it is smart and connects to the field. So that's a pretty cool feature. We then press create page. Once we create this page, you'll see our dynamic data set is automatically added. And now this is the page we have to use to design the rest of our pages here. So what that means is this will be like our sample page, our example page. So what you need to do is you need to create exactly how you want your profile pages to look, because now after this, all of your dynamic pages will be modeled from this page. So let's just come here. Let's add an image, and again, it's just got to be a placeholder image right now. Oh, look at this good-looking man. It looks like me. So we'll add our profile image here. Again, you set it up however you want, and then let's just say we want our first name, last name. They need to be two separate fields, our text fields, being that they're two separate fields in the database. So we'll call this one first name. I'll type it in right here. First name. And then I'll just copy it. Again, Control C or Command C and Control V or Command V. And then we'll call it last name. And then we need to add, what was it, guys? Bam. We need to add our About Me. You then click your paragraph. Usually paragraphs are good for the About Me, and you put that text wherever you want. Now, guys, I'm not styling this page in any aspect, so this is not a good design at all. I'm just giving you an example. So now that you have these pages connected, this dynamic page styled the way you want, you need to connect it again to your data set, so that way the dynamic page knows where to pull the data. You then come here, click Profile Info, and then Image Source connects to Profile Picture. Bam, you're set right there. Then your first name connects to, let's scroll up, first name. Bingo. Last name connects to last name. And then finally, your About Me connects to About Me. Now that you've got that set up, we could press save, and we can go ahead and go through the process. So I'll go over here to this new page, and let's just pretend we're someone new coming in here. So my first name is Michael, last name Strauch. Upload profile picture. It'll pull straight from your computer. Where can we get a picture here? All right, let's use this one. We got a picture there, and I am pretty awesome. Sometimes. All the time. Just a little description there. And then, guys, let me show you something. I wanted to go through this process to show you this. You'll notice, what am I missing? If you guessed a submit button, you would be correct. So what you need to do is go back to the editor, and what you must do is add a submit button. To do that, you come up here, simply go to button. You could add any type of button you want. Let's just click this one right here. Add it, style it to your choice, and you need to go here, connect to data, and then label connects to, you don't need one, but link connects to submit. You want this to submit to your database. And then you could add a success and failure message if you choose. And then it says right here, when successful, navigate to what? And you could actually choose what happens after your form is submitted. You could add a link, and you could add that link to be anywhere you want on your page. Let's just say it links back to portfolio. So then once we submit our form, it's submitted to the database, and then we're taken back to the portfolio page. Let's click save, and then let's go back up here to preview. So now let's give this another shot. My name is Michael, last name is Strauk. I'm going to upload my profile picture here. I'm going to say I am pretty awesome. Oop. Oop. Sometimes. All the time. Bingo. And then we're going to click submit. Obviously, name your button submit. And then you can see, bam, it is then submitted. Now, if we go to our database, we should see my information. It's submitted right there. Dynamic page is right here. And now what should happen is we should have our dynamic page synced with the profile page. So that's how you sync it right there. So you can see it's added into your database. So now your information is here, and then your dynamic page is here. If you go here, you can see that you're all linked up, and that it'll link the information correctly right there. And again, just double check, make sure everything's good to go. But you submit the form, it's then submitted to the database, and then it will be used for your profile info. So if we went to, let's just show you here. If we went, bingo. If you go preview, here's the dynamic page. You can see my information is then submitted right here. Obviously, again, you have to style it how you want, but this is what it would look like right here. And then for every new piece of database info, for every new profile, it would create a custom page for that person. And it's that easy. It's that simple. And just like that, you went ahead and you created a profile page for all of your new members. Guys, if this video helped you out, please drop me a like down below. Comment if you have any questions at all. I am here to help. And don't forget to subscribe to me here on Computer MD of Gilbert. Other than that, guys, if you are interested in hiring my team to help you out and help you design this whole process, I know it looks a little cut and dry here, which it is, but it does take some time to really get it thoroughly designed correctly and working properly. Feel free to email me at computermdofgilbert@gmail.com. That's in the description below. Head over to wixmywebsite.com and get on our weekly Wix Tips email list. Because they're helping people out each week, and we throw out some value bombs in those email lists. So go ahead and sign up for that. Other than that, I hope you have an excellent rest of your day, and have a good one on me.